are going to go and find something that is called a determinant. Now, matrices can be very, very, very useful at times. Okay? So, the thing that you need to make sure that you pick up on this one and hang on to is this piece right down here. Okay? This is the catch to figuring out what the determinant is when we have a 2 by 2 square matrix. Now, the catch is here, it has to be a square matrix. It can be 2 by 2, which are drop dead simple. They're right there. AD minus BC. Where we take A, B, C, D, multiply on the diagonals, and subtract. It's very easy to do. When you start getting up into matrices that are 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, it gets really, really complicated. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But what I want you to have down right now is make sure that 2 by 2 2 by 2 matrix, A, B, C, D, AD minus BC. Make sure you got those. Okay? So, oh, I got the one. Okay. So, as we look at this, so what we got to deal with here is simply that little piece of the puzzle. Okay. So, here we go. What? Oh. Here we go. I want to find the determinant of that. So what I want to do is I want to remember that we've got this idea that we have the matrix of A, B, C, and D. Okay? And remember, it is going to be AD minus BC, correct? Okay. So if my matrix here is -4, -3, 2. Sorry about that. I know. I'm just allergic to math. So, here we go. So, I don't think so. Okay. There. Finally got to that point. Do I have everything where it belongs? For. Okay. So, this turns out to be -28. This turns out to be +6. Yes? -22 is what it is. Yeah, it was. I might have to edit it out. Oh, man. So, that's all it is for figuring out what the determinant is. So if I want to do the determinant of B, that would simply be -7 multiplied by -4 minus 3 multiplied by 5. So I end up with 28 minus 15, and so I end up with 13. That's it. That's all that it is. Okay. I realize that this looks kind of strange and like, what places would you ever use it for? But This is one of the steps of working with matrices. Matrices can help us out quite a bit. So, seem easy enough? Okay. Now, solving determinant equations. Well, that's no big deal. Because the determinant, we said, was equal to AB, or AD, multiplied by, together minus BC, right? That's what it's supposed to be. So, what's the determinant? Well, the determinant here is 18. What's A? Well, that's just x plus 4 times what's D? 4 minus what's B? 3. What's C? 2. Okay. One diagonal gets multiplied by the other diagonal. That's all it is. No big deal. So, we end up with 18 is equal to 4x plus 16 minus 6. It's just algebra. So I end up with 18 is equal to 4x plus 10. Subtract 10 to both sides, subtract 10, and that leaves me with 8 is equal to 4x. Divide by 4, divide by 4, 2 is equal to x. No big deal. It's just sitting there and playing with or not the geometry, the algebra. Okay? Not bad. Doable, right? Okay. So, now, what happens if you have a 3 by 3? Now, I will tell you this much. The last time I played with this was when I was in college. And to be perfectly honest with you, there are easier ways of doing this. Now, this just looks flat out ugly, right? Okay. So, I'm going to continue on here. Here it is. Here's the numbers. That just looks flat out ugly again, doesn't it? Okay. Now, it even gets better. I want to find the determinant. There's another way of doing it, and we can do this. This looks flat out ugly again, does it not? So it is. Now, fortunately, we have this new little fangled gizmo called the graphing calculator. So make sure that you got your graphing calculators. We're going to go through how we do this. Hurry up and grab them so we can get going. Okay. As always, what do we got to do when we get the graphing calculator? We're going to start using it. Reset it. So make sure that you reset it as second plus 7, 1, 2. And I've got it reset. So, now, we've already gone and played with putting things into a matrix, right? So, we're going to hit the matrix key. And where'd it go? Second, x1. Okay. So, right underneath the math key, hit the second x to the first key, and there you go. Now, we're just going to keep this in A, so we're going to press enter, because we're in the right spot. So, whoa, hold it a sec. My bad. I got to edit it first, yes. At least somebody's paying attention to me. I'm sure not. Still trying to figure out why I'm blowing my brains out here. So, I need to put in matrix. I need to edit it. So, what size matrix is this? 3 by 3, so we put 3, enter, 3, enter. Okay? Now we put the values in. I've got a 7. Then I've got a 3. Then I've got a -5. -2. 1, 8, 4, -6, and lastly is 0. Now to get out of this, we just press second and quit, and it'll take us out of the edit. Now I want the determinant for this. Here we go. Second, matrix. We want to do the math to this thing, so we're going to arrow key over to math, and look what the first one is, DET. So guess what that is? Determinant. So, am I outrunning you? Okay. Second, quit. Second, quit. Then hit second, X1, get back to your matrix thing again. Where's the last place you were at? Yeah. Okay. Do you have, is this taken care of for everybody? Okay. Okay, press second, quit. Okay, now press second, matrix. Okay. Is everybody here? Okay. Are we there? Mike, are we there? Okay. So, we're here. Now what I want you to do is arrow key over to where it says, math. Getting ahead of myself. Okay? And it says determinant, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to press enter because we want to use the determinant. So I've got that on my screen now. Press second, that X1 key, and get back to matrix, and guess which one you want to use. A, because we just got done creating that one. So we press enter, close the parenthesis, and there we go. It is 3, 9, 2. Okay. A 5x5 matrix, 4x4, any one of those matrices will allow you to do this. You just put it in there, you hit the DET, and away you go. Right. It's just that as things go on, it's going to be a situation that, it slows down. Okay. Ready to move on, Micah? Okay. So, that 392? Okay. That's all that it really takes. Now, where would you even begin to think about using this? Well, actually, I haven't seen this since college, and now that I got this, it's like, well, gee, this is drop dead simple. I wish I would have thought of that sooner. This will calculate the area of any triangle, as long as you have coordinates for it. So say, for example, that you've got a triangular piece of land, and you know what the GPS coordinates of each one of the vertices are at. You want to know what the acreage is of it. This is the formula to do it. Normally, I would have done that with trigonometry. And I've actually had farmers call me in the past and ask me just to do that for them because they didn't believe what ASC said the acreage was. Co-op said it was one thing, whenever he planted it, said it was one thing, but ASC said it was something else. So he called me up, wanted me to calculate it out. He gave me all the information I needed, and I did it using trigonometry. This would have been even simpler. So what I want to do now is I want to find the area of the triangle. Now, we don't know what its base is. We don't know what its height is, which is what you would usually use for this, correct? Base times height divided by 2. So what we are going to do is we're going to create a matrix for this. And the matrix follows a certain pattern. We are going to take 1/2 multiplied by the determinant of the matrix x1, y1, x2, y2, x2, or x3, y3, and these are all ones now. So I take the coordinates. Now, does it matter which ones are which? No, it does not. So, as I build this matrix, I've got the first coordinate here. I'm going to take it as -2, 2. So I'm going to put in -2 and -2. Okay. What's the next coordinate I got? 3, 5. So I'm going to put this in as 3, 5. What's the next coordinate? 6, -3. So I'm going to put in 6, -3. Now, what are these all supposed to be down here? Ones. So I put in a 1, put in a 1, put in a 1. No. As far as I know, it does not matter which way it is. It doesn't tell us which one has to be first, which one has to be second. You just have to have the 3 coordinates in there. So now, I've got the 3 coordinates in there. What do I got to do? Well, I got to build a 3x3 matrix. Can we build a 3x3 matrix? Yep. So we can go to second, go here, and can I just edit the one I already created? Sure, most definitely. So I go into there. Yep, that's right, 3, that's 3. So instead of a 7, I'm going to put in -2. That's my first one here. Next one has got to be a 3, so I put in 3. Next one has got to be a, this up. That's not what I wanted it to do. Go back. Go there. No. I'm going too fast. Hit for what? Okay, you're still at 392? Okay, hit clear. Okay, so your screen is absolutely blank, correct? Press second, that, and go to the matrix. Okay, you see the matrix, that's the x -1. Okay, arrow key over to edit. Press enter. You should see this. Okay, so you press enter for the 3, you press enter for 3 again, and then what you're going to end up doing, and then we just type in the new coordinates. So that was -2, I typed it in. That was 3, I typed it in. The next one is 6, so I press 6, enter, type it in. -2, enter. 5, enter. -3, enter. And of course the last one is all 1, 1, 1. Okay? So, does everybody have that in as follows? It's not that bad. Huh? Yeah. So, have I got the matrix in? Yes. Once the matrix is in, you press second, quit. Okay, so I'm out of it. I'm going to hit clear now. Now, what I want here is the determinant of that matrix. So I'm going to press second, matrix, and I am going to go to math, an enter on 1 because I want the determinant. I want the determinant of which matrix? A. So we press second, matrix. A is the first one, so I press enter. Okay? Close the parentheses, press enter again. I've got the determinant, but it says that it's supposed to be 1/2 of the absolute value of this thing. So if I got to have the half of this, I divide it by what? Divide by 2, and I get 30.5, but it's got to be the absolute value, and the absolute value is what? 30.5. Absolute value is always positive, right, when you return it, so it's got to be 30.5. You just get rid of the negative on the absolute value. Okay? Now, if you think this is bad, Micah, you could have done it the manual way. Okay. I'll write down the process for dealing with the matrices up there. So, what I want you to do is I'm going to give you a minute or so here, and I want you to do A. Ready already? Why would you want to go and use the calculator to do a 2 by 2? I mean, do they remember that it's going to be A, B, C, D? You don't. Okay? And the determinant is equal to A times D minus B times C. The 2 by 2 matrix doesn't require a calculator because it's quick and easy. So, A times D, well, that would end up being 1 times 8 minus, what are B and C? -6 times 0. So it looks like I got 8 plus 0, or just 8. That's it. So, there we go. It is just that simple. Okay? So, because you can't use the calculator to go and set this up for this one, what you got to do is write it out the way we did the last one. So I'm going to give you a minute or so, and I want you to go through and do B. Okay? Got to find X. Yeah, don't just point to it and say it's right there. That doesn't work. That's no. X what? Just do the math. Write her out. Let's go. Write her out. Let's go. Yes, sir. Got her? Good. Although you really can't use a calculator for this, can you? Okay, so this would be x minus 7 multiplied by negative 5, right? Because that's A, that's D, minus B and C. So B is here and C is there, so that's going to be 8 multiplied by negative 1. And what is it supposed to be equal to? 23. So, distributive property, 5x minus 35, and that looks like it's going to be plus 8 is equal to 23. Do you agree? Yes, no, maybe so? So now, would it be 5x minus 27 is equal to 23? Yes, no, maybe so? Negative 5, negative 35, positive 8. Add 27. And I end up with 5x is equal to, that'd be 50, would it not? Divide by 5, divide by 5. X is equal to 10. Where did I get that first 5x? Ooh, I see a mistake. What did I mess up? That was a negative 5, right? What I should have over here is a what kind of 5? That should be negative 5, yes. That should be a positive 5, right? Because that's negative times this gives me negative 5. Negative 5 times this gives me a positive 35. So that should be negative. And this here should turn out to be, looks like I got to do some editing. It's a good thing I showed all my work, right? So I can actually go through and figure out where I screwed up at. It's amazing that what that helped. I'm going to do that, right? Okay. So, here we are, back at it again. So, I add those two together, and what do I get? 43. Okay? Subtract 43. Subtract 43. Negative 5x is equal to negative 20. Is that better? Divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5, and x is equal to 4. There, now I got it right. That was on that right there. Yeah, it's just simply doing the, setting it up and doing the algebra for it. That's all it really is. So, it always helps when you actually do the math right, doesn't it? Always helps to do the math right. So, all right, gentlemen, you ready for the next one? Okay. Here we go. So, find the determinant using the calculator. Yeah, that's why you have to use the calculator. So, A. I'll just use A. find this one using the calculator. So what we are going to do, calculator's on, second matrix. I'm going to edit. We already got a 3 by 3 in there. So that's good there, that's good there. So we go to here, put in -8, -9, -4, -7, 4, 9, 4, 1, 7. Second quit. Second go to the matrix. Enter A. Oops, what did I forget to put in there? Forgot to grab the determinant, so I hit this, go back into matrix, go over to math, highlighted, determinant of A, enter, enter, and I get -825. Good. So now, last thing. Set this up and create, try and find what the area will be. Okay, there's your coordinates. Of course, you actually have to do this now, right? So, give you a few minutes to deal with that. Oh, definitely. You wouldn't want to use anything but the calculator on this. No, to do this stuff without the use of technology is simply, oh, it's possible. It's just tedious. Been there, done it, so. Problems, gentlemen? What? Yeah. We done? We ready? Here we go. So, first thing I should do here is I write out my matrix so I know what numbers I'm going to be using and where they're going to go. Really, like I said, it doesn't really matter which ones go where, so I'm going to put in -3, 2, -2, 3, and then 3, 1. These are all ones here. Okay? So, I've got that. Calculator. Second, matrix. Edit. We got a 3 by 3. So that's all good yet. So we got -3, -2, 3, 2, 3, 1, and then 1, 1, 1. Second, quit. Second, go back into matrix. Math, we want the determinant. So we've got that. Back into matrix again, grab A, press enter, so we've got that. But now it's going to be absolute value of half of this. So we divide by 2, and we end up with 3.5. It says negative, but it has to be 3.5. How did I get negative and somebody get positive? Okay, did you put the numbers in this order? Okay, so when you put the numbers in a different order, when it does the calculation for it, signs get changed, okay? You'll get the same value. That's why it has to be the absolute value of it, okay? Yeah, you'll still get 3.5 out of it, but depending upon how the numbers go in, some of it might make it a negative, some of it might make it positive. Okay. All right, so there you guys go. You can start working on the assignment.